Almost a year ago, I covered the demo for the game Hexarchy, which touted itself as a Civilization-style deck builder. It was the first video I made after a 9-month hiatus, and I was impressed with the end result, giving it an 8 out of 10. About a month ago, I saw an advertisement for a game called Rogue Hex, which looked like another upcoming deck builder Civilization-style game, and my initial reaction was to write it off as just a copy of Hexarchy. I did take a step back to give Rogue Hex a chance, so that way I could see exactly how much these two games share, and more importantly, what makes them different so that you can see if either or both of them are for you. This is a new series I'm starting called Versus, and if you enjoy it, please consider leaving a like or subbing so that I can continue to make more of these in the future. Without any further ado, let's jump right on into this battle of 4X deck builders. Let's start off by taking a look at Hexarchy. Feel free to check out my demo diving video with this link if you want to go a little bit more in depth, but the gist is that Hexarchy was developed by Main Tank Software, and it sees the player in a short style campaign trying to beat other players, either militaristically or through a point system from growing your empire, cities, or through technological advancements, including the traditional wonders that you would see in Civilization. The strategic depth in the game allows you to burn your cards permanently to remove them from your deck, which allows you to optimize your plans for domination and expansion. This brings us to our other contender, Rogue Hex. Seemingly a more basic deck builder game, the team at Top Stitch Games shows you a surprisingly engaging game that spans through various ages in humanity. It seems like the primary objective of Rogue Hex is to spread your empire and fight off various barbarian hordes scattered around the map. However, that isn't certain as Rogue Hex has not come out and it's only got the demo available that stops you once you reach a certain age. This isn't the biggest indictment of the game, but it does make things a bit muddier when we try to take a dive in comparing these two games. For full clarity, I will say that I did purchase Hexarchy, but I only played one game, so the experience I have from one being a full release and one being a demo is minimal regarding the state of each game. Even with that being said, I think both games have something to offer for those seeking a new style of 4X games, but I also feel like they fall short in areas as well. Hexarchy being available now gets a bit of a leg up on its competitor, and the art for the game is very solid. This game has more of that Civilization feel to it, as there are actual civilizations to pick from, and you will likely enjoy it over Rogue Hex if you're looking to take on opponents and showcase your might. However, while currently sitting at an 83% on Steam, recent reviews have cited optimization issues that cause the game to lag or crash, as well as almost mandating players to play online with AI lacking any real intelligence. Rogue Hex, on the other hand, has a streamlined breakthrough and upgrading system that is very easy to follow instead of having to read through some tech tree to get to where you want. Expansion is easy to come by, and the game is eager to remind you to use your resources that expire each turn to maximize your gains, even if it is a little tedious to have to spend food every single turn. Instead of having real factions, you have a leader that can give you bonuses and change your playstyle a bit. The biggest area where Rogue Hex falls a bit flat is how much empty space there is on the map. Sure, there are barbarians and caches of resources here and there, but I never really felt like I was fighting against anything or anyone unless I was actively seeking them. The AI mostly just stands their ground and waits for you to come into range, which usually ends in a war of attrition where I just outrange them with archers or catapults until they are chipped down enough for me to wipe them away with my infantry. Another thing that I think may turn people away is the art. While it did end up growing on me and had a certain charm to it, looking at the key art for the game and then seeing the minimalist approach for the game was a bit of a shocker to me. I am unsure if this is set to change in the future, but I will say that it isn't a huge obstacle to go through. In the end, I felt like Rogue Hex was more geared towards those who are more interested in the deck builder games rather than the 4X strategy games. I can't really confirm if these are the first games in the new subgenre, but I do think that they do a good enough job to spark more interest in this field. I really do believe that if you took what each game does well and combined them into a new game, you'd likely have a massive success on your hands. But this also raises another issue that I've seen on reviews and felt myself while playing, and that is the longevity of the game. One reason why I only played about 30 minutes of Hexarchy is that I felt like I had seen it all and I really wasn't interested in playing online. If you really want to know if either of these are good for you, you should check out their demos as both are still up and available for you to check out. I do know that they look similar, but they really do provide a completely different focus on gameplay. I'm not sure if I will ever call a clear winner in these types of videos, but even if I did, I can't really say that one of these games is objectively better than the other, and what you will end up preferring was more based on how close to a traditional 4X style game you want to be. I hope this was helpful and informative to anyone interested in the games, and if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments below. But that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another. Shoutouts go to Relativity, Naughty Dog is King, Chaos, and Kamikolo alongside all those sub to the channel. My next video will be the 50th episode of Demo Diving, where we get to look back on some of the games I covered, so if that interests you, be sure to stick around for it, and I will see you soon.